Well, welcome everyone. The month of May for the King of the West Series has come and gone, and what a month of racing it was. It actually all began back on May 4th at Silver Speedway during the Dave Bradway Jr. Memorial, then moved on to the Salute to Baylines in Petaluma, before we then went to the Reno Tahoe Fernley Speedway for a doubleheader on May 17th and 18th, and then
we topped it off with a big two-day Memorial Day race at the Tulare Thunderbowl. And wow, what an exciting weekend, Gary.
Yeah, always a lot of fun going there for the Chris and Brian Faria Memorial. We talked about it last week on the show about the meaning behind that race, and it was really cool to have Mike and Danny both back in competition, and the daughter of the late Brian Faria, Veronica Faria, actually sang the national anthem both nights, and it was a very touching tribute.
And did Steve have the racetrack in prime condition? It doesn't get any better.
No.
The racing and the main event on Saturday night is not any better than that.
Yeah, we'll see that in the highlights.
Yeah.
I don't know if I...
Don't give it away.
Tulare's always an awesome place, and it was some awesome racing.
Hey, the other thing we need to remind everybody that the Merced race, June 1st, has been canceled, not been rescheduled, so no racing on June 1st.
Right, and no racing the following weekend at the Rattlesnake Raceway. We're scheduled to be there during the Octane Fest, June 7th and 8th, and some of the repairs, safety-wise, just weren't quite met in time. There was a lot of stuff they had to do there.
Yeah, the original negotiations with the city and the raceway, there was a list of improvements that had to be made. They've never run 410 sprint cars before,
yeah.
And you know, with fencing and walls and that sort of thing and seating, there was a lot of work to do there. They did not get it done in time, and we had to cancel. Unfortunately, we wanted to be a part of that big Octane Fest up at Fallon, Nevada.
Yeah, so now that no racing at Merced, no racing at Fallon, so now we have basically a month off before we come back on June 29th, but that's going to kick off just a gigantic month of racing, over a month of racing.
But Gary, we just finished 6 races in May.
Yeah.
And so we kind of wore out the teams, and now we give them a little time off.
I'm kind of looking forward to time off myself.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, we're looking forward to Placerville. That place is always exciting, and it's always a great crowd, enthusiastic. I don't think we hear a louder, more enthusiastic crowd on the tour.
Mm-hmm. And of course, that's going to be a big month of racing. We're going to document some of the other facilities we'll be visiting, because great variety in about 6 or 7 weeks. I think we're going to about 6 or 7 different facilities.
Where are you headed at next Friday night?
Next Friday night, June 7th, I'll be at the Tartar Memorial.
You know, I'm going too.
Going too. Yeah, we're all looking forward to that. Friday night, June 7th, Silver Speedway. We want to invite each and every one of you up there to pay tribute to David, who unfortunately lost last year, this same weekend last year during one of our races.
A KWS race.
Great young man and great family.
You know, I'm just looking forward. And if there's any race that I really want you to go to, this is it.
Yeah, definitely.
Silver Speedway is planning a big tribute to David. It's going to be a great night. I think they've got T-shirts and decals and
you look at the main event, 35 laps, of course, in honor of David. His number was 35.
Right.
3,500 to win, so big money. That's going to bring a lot of guys out.
Right.
A lot of the King of the West drivers are planning to go. Some of them not just for the money, because of the meaning behind it. I mean, a lot of them knew David. They all have known the Tartar family for years.
Hey, we're all a big family. The racing family is a big family, and a lot of our racers are now saying, hey, we're not racing at Octane Fest. We're going to be at Chico on Friday night. So we want you to be at Chico on Friday night.
Yeah, and of course, another race we want to give mention to is the Stockton 99 Dirt Track. They'll be having an open competition Wing 360 show on Friday, June 21st. Another race there. Of course, the Outlaw Show is a big success, and we're going to be there August 3rd later in the year, so we definitely want to wish good luck to the Mercedes.
I look forward to August 3rd. It's always great to go to a new facility, and Tony and Carol are great to work with. We were on the phone with him here recently, and hopefully we make another announcement about something coming out later this year, but we don't want to say anything.
Stay tuned for that. Before we get into our highlight package for last week, we want to, of course, mention the Dirt Cup's coming up.
Wow.
We've been up there the last, 10, 11 years or so. And it's always a lot of fun and always a lot of big money on the line.
Yeah, Dirt Cup is always exciting. On Saturday, the Sprint Car Hall of Fame out of Knoxville, Iowa, always has a big auction. I've been a part of that for a few times, and it's great fun, and it's for a great cause. So there's a lot of things to happen for the kickoff party on Wednesday, racing on Thursday, Friday, Saturday afternoon, the auction. And it's a great atmosphere.
It really is. We have a lot of fun up there. Steve Beitler's gang just do a great job each and every season. And without further ado, I think it's time to check out some of those highlights from the Tulare Thunderbowl Raceway. Saturday night, probably the race of the year so far, I'd say.
And they come to you from the KWS studios and Brandon Skaggs.
out of Clovis, California in the Tarleton Sun Incorporated BG Lubricants All-Star Performance 21M. It's Hotfoot Jason Meyers. And lap 2 for Meyers. How about fast time? 13.548. Meyers with another big run down the front stretch into 1 and 2. Trying to find his way around Mike Faria as Pat Harvey has some smoke emitting from the 15. Meyers now to the top side through 3 and 4. Hotfoot. Top shelf around Faria. Jason Meyers will take the lead. And off of turns 3 and 4, give heat race number 1 to Jason Meyers. Allard now trying to go top shelf around Danny Faria through 3 and 4. J.A. off turn 4 takes second. Let's see if Allard tries to take the top side through 3 and 4. He does so. John Allard moving around Willie Croft, and J.A. takes the lead. But off turn 4 will be John Allard picking up the win. Down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Heat race number 3 goes to the big guy, Jason Statler. But off 4 will be Jason Meyers picking up the win.
Great opportunity, man. I'm having a blast here tonight. Obviously, it's going well so far. So I feel like we're going to need to get a little bit better there for the feature, but we certainly learned a couple things there, and we'll be better when we come out here for 30 laps.
Jason Meyers in the Tarleton and Sun 21M. Kyle Hirst in the Roth Enterprises 83 JR. Rest of the field right there to the chalk stripe. Green flag comes out. And we are racing at turn number 1. Jason Meyers will get the lead, looking for a clean sweep tonight. Croft now putting the dry C machine on the top side. Side by side, Willie Croft takes the lead. 2 laps down, double down around Meyers. Hirst trying to make slide job through 3 and 4. Oh, close quarter racing through 3 and 4. Hirst makes the pass. Hirst able to slide up in front of the 0 and take over the 3rd spot. Through 1 and 2, Hirst on the cushion now trying to track down Jason Meyers for 2nd. As Willie Croft has a handful of car lengths lead out front. He's got some fast company, class closing though. Meyers right there off turn 2. Meyers within a car length down the backstretch. Croft gonna go high, Meyers digging to the inside. Jason Meyers inches ahead of Croft off turn 4. Side by side with the lap car of Carl Dravold. Into turn 1, Jason Meyers will take the lead. Kyle Hirst right there takes over 2nd. Croft trying to battle back, and Croft hangs on. Side by side into 3, gaggle of lap cars ahead of the top 3. Hirst slides up, almost contact with a 3C. Move Kyle Hirst to 2nd. Rico Abreu now 3rd. Hold the phone, Willie Croft trying to battle back Abreu. Down the back straightaway, Croft able to hang on to that battle. Into 3, here comes Kyle Hirst, slide job. To the inside of Jason Meyers, move Kyle Hirst to the lead. Meyers gonna try to cross over. And in turn 1, Jason Meyers will retake the lead. Jason Meyers, Kyle Hirst putting on a show. Down the back straightaway, Hirst with another run. Into 3, Hirst and Meyers side by side off turn 4. And this time Meyers able to hang on. Hirst in 2nd, Abreu right there in 3rd. Big time slide job by Kyle Hirst again. Can he get the moisture off 4? Meyers back to his inside, wheel to wheel, side by side. Into turn 1, Jason Meyers retakes the lead. Great racing tonight at the Thunderbowl Raceway. Jason Meyers looking for a clean sweep. Hirst looking for his first ever 410 win here in Tulare. Hirst right there in 2nd. They nearly touched down the back straightaway. Hirst all over Meyers. As they come off turn 4 to complete lap 28. 28 down, next time by the white flag will come out. Hirst trying to use that wall as a slingshot, continuing to try to track down Meyers down the backstretch. White flag will be out this time by one more time around for Jason Meyers. Looking for a clean sweep of tonight's action.
Hirst gonna try to go to the top side of the track. He's got to run down the back straightaway. What groove will Hirst drive? He tries the bottom. Hirst and Meyers side by side off turn 4. Jason Meyers will get a clean sweep. Hirst second, Abreu third.
Good job. Good job, Jason.
He's going on top of the wing. Let him hear it.
Woo! How about that? I'll tell you what, if there was any rust on it, Kyle knocked it off. That's for dang sure. He did a hell of a job there, and that's racing right there. When you race with a guy back and forth like that, I honestly think he might have been a little bit better than us there at the end. I didn't know where he was going, where I needed to be, but just a heck of a race. When you can go side by side with a guy like that, I thought we were all crashing down here on the last lap. So I love this place. This place is what makes this racing so good. Steve Free and his entire crew. It takes a racetrack to put on a race. We can't do it without a great racetrack, and they certainly do that here. All you fans and all us drivers and owners, we're lucky to have this place. And just want to thank Corporate America Lending, Tarleton & Son, All-Star Performance, Gilbane Construction, Vandy and Associates, everybody that makes this possible, because it takes a lot of people to keep the sport going. There's a lot to do it. All the guys that are out here on the Memorial Day weekend, Jens, Paul, Sam, Wayne. Who else we got? I'm missing somebody. We got Josh out here, got the boys. Just, this is awesome. I love this sport. It's always better when you win, too.
Oh, that was awesome. This don't get much better. Racing with someone like Jason and their operation. Great racetrack. I gave it all I had. I don't think I've had that much fun and ended up second. So I got to thank Dennis, Teresa for putting me out here. I was trying to get them one in their backyard, but we still got tomorrow. So we were good tonight. My guys worked their butt off. I think we had the hood off, tires off, everything. So they're working their butts off. I'm just trying to get back to them. Hope you guys enjoyed that last race, sliding back and forth. So come back tomorrow and we'll do it all over again.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hats off to Jason Meyers and Kyle Hirst. You know, that was a hell of a race. I got to sit back there and watch it. Our car is just a little free. You know, we made some adjustments after that dash, and you know, just got up. You know, I just really got up on the wheel there in the feature. Tricky track tonight. You know, up there on the fence, and it's you know what I love to do, coming here and you know, putting a show on for you fans.
Well, whenever you go to the Thunderbowl Raceway in Tulare, California, you know you're guaranteed to see some great, intense racing, and that's exactly what we saw last weekend, George. Steve Faria had that place absolutely phenomenal, and some of that racing there on Saturday night was the best you'll see in your whole life, probably.
He really had that place tuned up, didn't he? It was awesome, side-by-side racing. And you know, we had the chance to talk to Jason Meyers last week before the race, and how the two-time World of Outlaw champion was looking forward to the night, but sweeping that first night. That's the first time it's been done since 2010?
Yeah, since 2010. Tommy Tarleton, so a little connection there. Of course, Meyers in the Tarleton car.
And you know, I was thinking about it, you know, two-time World of Outlaw champion. I think all the drivers really got up on the wheel to try to beat Jason Meyers. You want to beat the best. A two-time World of Outlaw champion doesn't get any better than Jason Meyers. Yeah. And I don't ever remember Kyle Hirst being on the wheel and so aggressive. And when you watch the video, it's just amazing to watch those guys in the corners, never touch, slide job, and trading the lead. That's what sprint car racing was all about, and it was there in tenfold Saturday night.
And something funny about Tulare is it doesn't always get that cushion up there. It's like they use the wall. I mean, Kyle was. It's like he's a magician up there, just trying to get the wall right at the right opportune time to get the launch off the corner, and you don't see that anywhere else in California. I mean, that's something that really makes the Thunderbowl stand out, and that's why people flock there every year.
Yeah, every corner you see them up there and they're banging that right rear tire off the wall, and then they get to drive down the straightaway. It is absolutely a phenomenal place to watch the race.
And Kyle reminded me a little bit of Tim Kading there driving that Roth car. Looked like a TK clone. So yeah,
we heard that through the weekend. That's just not our.
You can really see the growth in Kyle this season, working with a guy like Sonny Kratzer, who's been on the road for so many years, and you can see those two gelling. And Kyle is going to inherit the point lead later in the month too.
Well, we'll talk about that later. And you talked about Sonny. You get a World of Outlaw crew chief, winning crew chief, with Kyle and a World of Outlaw team. You know, they've won with Tim Kading on the World of Outlaw tour, and you bring those two together, and that marriage is happening.
It really is.
It's coming together. Rico Abreu, another consistent finish for Rico Abreu. And we were kind of throwing some numbers out here. I think in the month of May, he took home like $19,000.
Yeah, something like that. That's big money. That's probably the most we've seen in a long time taken out of California during a month of racing. And something for Rico, that was 6 podiums in the first 7 races. I mean, we talked every week about the consistency and the maturity that Rico's had behind the wheel. It just keeps going on and on.
Another guy we are great to see back in California, Roger Crockett.
Yeah.
Had some few health issues earlier in the year. He's back 100%. I don't know if I've ever seen him happier.
Yeah, he really was.
He was
happy, wasn't he?
he was down here having a great time. Great 4th place finish on Saturday. And I know you had the chance to interview him down trackside and kind of reminded him that our dash draw kind of came from something his dad did up at Cottage Grove.
Yeah, something we saw up there at the Interstate Sprint Car Series. But yeah, it's always nice having Roger come down. He's always a guy that's consistently in the top 5, no matter where he races, and hope to see him more as the year goes on.
Another aggressive driver, really makes some moves.
Yeah, he was doing some sliders there. Pretty exciting moves, yeah.
Well, there was a lot of sliders going through the whole field. It was great. Hey, Willie Croft. What did we say? Mr. Consistency this year?
Yeah, another one. I'm telling you, we talked about him every week about the consistency they put together. He and Lee Lingwood just doing a great job each and every week. And when he passed Jason Meyers there early in the race, I mean, that was impressive. Go around Jason Meyers on the top side and lead a lot of laps. I know we talked to Willie on the front straightaway. He said he just made a couple of mistakes that kind of lost him a couple spots. But, hey, you run Tulare like that, and you're having a pretty good night.
You know, you look at the stats and say, well, Jason started on the front row. Yeah, but he lost the lead a couple times.
Yes, he did.
2 or 3 times.
Yep.
It was a battle back and forth, and that's what makes this series so exciting is racing like that. And it was just phenomenal night of racing. And we're going to get ready for some more video. I want to see night 2.
Night 2. Let's check it out.
We pay honor to brothers Chris and Brian Faria Memorial here at the Chris and Brian Faria Memorial Weekend. 2 brothers lost far too soon in life, both to freak accidents, of course. The Faria family so instrumental here at the Merle Stone Chevrolet Thunderbowl Raceway. The Chris and Brian Faria Memorial has become a cornerstone of the Thunderbowl Raceway track schedule over the last number of years, and it's always a special night for the Faria family. So tonight we're racing in honor of Chris and Brian Faria with the Chris and Brian Faria Memorial. Now Mike and Danny going to give a couple of laps on the gas in memory of their brothers, Chris and Brian. Well, next up is the 3-time and defending King of the West Series champion out of Chico in the Williams Motorsports Redline Oil K&N number 0. It's Jonathan Allard. As Kading lead us to the chalk stripe in turn 4. Down the front straightaway to turn number 1. It's Brent on the bottom, Bud on the top, side by side off 2. Give it to Bud. Jason Meyers, John Allard battling there for 3rd. Contact between Meyers and Allard. Allard sideways, he'll come to a stop. Pretty much in that same spot last night. Down the back straightaway, off of 3 and 4. Heat race number 1 goes to Bud Kading. Once again, 10 laps, top 5 transfer, winner automatically to the dash. Statler Murphy. Off turn 4, green flag comes out. Into turn 1, Peter Murphy will get the lead. Croft now battling there with Jason Statler, move Willie Croft to 3rd. Nice work on the opening lap by Willie Croft. Peter Murphy currently out front. Rico Abreu 2nd, Croft 3rd, Statler 4th. And then Carson Macedo rounds out your top 5. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Heat race number 2 will go to Peter Murphy. Rico Abreu comes home 2nd. Willie Croft 3rd, side-by-side battle for 4th. Give it to Statler, and Carson Macedo will be 5th. Green lights come out. Down the front straightaway, Evan Suggs will get the lead this time. Kyle Hirst taking a peek to the inside off turn 2 of Craig Stidham, side by side. Give the 2nd spot to Kyle Hirst. And Crockett slider through 1 and 2, he'll take over 5th. Move the Omlin Swinney Fire Protection number 11 up to the top 5. Crockett big run down the back straightaway, pulls even with Eliason. Through 3 and 4, side by side off turn 4. And Roger Crockett will take over 4th. But it looks like Hirst will run out of time off turn 4. Evan Suggs will win heat race number 3. Kyle Hirst comes home 2nd. Craig Stidham will finish 3rd. Roger Crockett 4th, and Corey Eliason will get your 5th and final transfer. And the field rumbles down the front straightaway at turn number 1. Looks like Kyle Hirst will get the advantage. Jason Meyers peeking to the inside of Suggs off turn 2, put hot foot to 2nd. Everyone trying to dice it up throughout the field into turn 3. Bud Kading going top shelf through 3 and 4 around Evan Suggs. And Bud Kading will take 3rd. Here comes Jason Meyers to the inside of Hirst. Jason Meyers slides up in front of the Roth 83. Hirst cuts back to the inside, and Kyle Hirst will maintain the lead. Reminiscent of last night's main event, Jason Meyers, Kyle Hirst. Continuing their battle from last night. And he rides the cushion nice and smooth through 3 and 4. Kyle Hirst will win the pole for the main event. As they come to the chalk stripe at turn 4, green flag comes out. Field races into turn number 1. Jonathan Allard up top. Mike Free on the bottom, trying to get side by side down the backstretch, but it is John Allard getting the hold, getting the lead. Faria trying to go to the tip top of the speedway in second. And contact further back in the field, Scott Parker. Pat Harvey, Chad Compton, yellow flag comes out. And he does so right there. Green flag back out, field into turn 1. Jonathan Allard will lead the field. Mike Faria going to the tip top of the speedway, trying to find something there in second. As he charges through turns 3 and 4 up on the cushion. And tonight's last chance qualifier will go to John Allard. Kyle Hirst, Jason Meyers lead us to the chalk stripe at turn 4. Green flag out. We are racing through 3 and 4 with 1 lap down. It is Jason Meyers, Bud Kading right there. Here comes Kyle Hirst on the top. 3-car battle down the back straightaway. Bud Kading trying to go to the inside. Jason Meyers and Hirst on the top. Down the front straightaway, Bud Kading side by side with Hirst. Those two wheel to wheel through 1 and 2. Give second to Bud Kading. And down the front stretch, Kyle Hirst takes second back. And Bud Kading will make the pass, but Hirst comes back to the inside and Hirst takes back second. Great battle for the runner-up spot. Bud Kading on the top, now Rick back in a second. 5 down, 25 to go, yellow flag. Evan Suggs got shot out of the cannon, but Jonathan Allard also coming forward. John Allard, your LCQ winner, trying to move his way forward in the Maury Katie Williams 0. Allard gets around Bud Kading, and John Allard up to 4th. Allard now going to the top side around Evan Suggs. Keep your eye on John Allard. Ashley Smith and the crew definitely hit the setup thus far in this main event. Bud Kading once again trying to take a peek back to Evan Suggs. As it is Jason Meyers out front, Kyle Hirst second, Jonathan Allard third, Evan Suggs fourth. Peter Murphy able to make the move by Bud. That is a fight for the top 5 spot. Murphy on the bottom, Kading on the top off turn 4. Those two side by side in turn 1. Peter Murphy looking to inch ahead, and Pete will take 5th. As Jason Meyers encounters lap traffic, puts Doug Gandy down a lap. Continuing to maintain a healthy advantage over second place Kyle Hirst. Here was 11 laps down, 19 to go. Down the back straightaway, Kyle Hirst is closing on Meyers. Off turn number 4, just a couple car lengths separate the leaders. Meyers misses the groove slightly. Here comes Hirst off 2. Meyers now with a good run on the bottom side, gets by Faria. Meyers gets around Faria. Hirst trying to get him as well. 15 laps down, 15 to go. Halfway home in our 30-lap King of the West Series main event. 19 laps down, just 11 more remain for Jason Meyers. Looking to pick up the Chris and Brian Faria Memorial for the 2nd time in his career. Also looking to sweep the weekend here at the Thunderbowl Raceway. As John Allard has now caught Kyle Hirst, battle for second off turn 2. 2-lap cars directly ahead of Hirst. We'll see which line he and Allard choose. Hirst able to slide up in front of the 17 of Gandy. Allard tries to slice to the bottom. 3 wide battle in turn 1, John Allard and Kyle Hirst. Oh! Close quarter racing at 1 and 2. Hirst able to hang on. White flag out one more time around for Jason Meyers. Kyle Hirst second, Allard third. Murphy fourth, Abreu fifth. Down the back straightaway looking to sweep the weekend here at the Merlestone Chevrolet Thunderbowl Raceway. Hotfoot Jason Meyers will be the 2013 Faria champion. Kyle Hirst second, John Allard third. Making noise for Hotfoot.
know, these guys did an incredible job. We showed up here tonight, we threw a few things at it, and went right back to where we were last night. And then, you know, Paul had a couple ideas there for the feature. That thing was just awesome. These guys do an incredible job. Paul, Jens, Josh, Wayne, and just these guys are incredible. Tom Tarleton gives me a great race car, gives me opportunity to come out here, have fun, do what we love doing. And I just can't thank him enough and all these guys for being out here this weekend, working hard, making this thing fast, and making me look good.
Oh, absolutely. It's a good weekend overall. We'll take it. I wish we could have put on a show like last night. Jason was a class act tonight. He had a good car, drove a great race. So congratulations to him and his team. I got to thank my guys, Dennis and Teresa Roth, again, for putting me out here. I wish I could sneak him out a win, but we'll come back here again. We'll be good. We'll be good at Trophy Cup. So thank you guys for sticking out on Memorial Day weekend with us. Congratulations to everyone else up here. Thank my crew. They worked their butt off all weekend in the shop, at the track, everyone. So without them, we wouldn't be here. So thank them for that. And we'll come back and do it again.
Yeah, we got used up pretty hard in the heat, and just broke this thing in about 4 places. I got to thank my guys. This frame is junk. The car's bent. Everything's ripped out of it, and somehow they salvaged this thing back together. And I got to thank Brent Kading. Without him, he's a lifesaver when you're in the trenches. He brought over his porter power and a bunch of metal and tried to weld this thing up with us. And like I said, my guys, without them, we wouldn't be out here. And I got to thank Maury Williams and everybody that's part of this thing. And I got to thank you guys for coming out and watching us.
Well, welcome back to KWS Tonight. And Gary, night 2 at Tulare, the same as we saw the night before. Jason Meyers jumping out to an early lead, but he was pressured all night long.
Yeah, he had a lot of pressure from Kyle Hirst at times early on. Then it seemed like those last 10 laps, it seems like he kind of kicked it into overdrive and put it on cruise control, and just he showed everyone. I think after the main event, everyone was saying that he's not a 2-time World of Outlaw champ and hasn't won as many races as he has for nothing, because the guy just can pick his way through traffic like a magician, like we talked about with Kyle Hirst the night before.
Yeah. Well, you know, people were talking about maybe he's a little rusty, been off for a few weeks. No.
Nope.
Jump right back in there. Maybe the second night was even better. Maybe there was a little rust on Saturday, but it's true. He was, like I say, he was gone there.
Yeah, he carved his way through a lap traffic like a hot knife through butter, I think he'd have to say.
that was a good analogy right there. Kyle Hirst, once again, started up front after winning the dash.
Him and Myers in the dash put on a pretty good show, too.
Yeah, and hard charge from Jonathan Allard. He had some tough luck. Came back from having a little issues in the heat race. Had to win the LCQ to make it into the main.
And he made some great moves there in the main event and closed in on Kyle Hirst a handful of times. That was probably some of the most exciting racing in that main event, was him trying to pressure Kyle, those guys racing up there by the wall and trying to knock that thing down.
Well, 10th to 4th. He moved through traffic as well, and he had to come from that 10th starting spot after winning the LCQ. Peter Murphy. Man, good luck's coming back to Peter.
It finally is. You know, Peter had a lot of rough luck early in the season and had a 5th at Fernley, came back this past Sunday and had a 4th place finish and looked really strong. I mean, he won his heat race. He closed in on Allard there a couple times in the main event, so you can kind of see his season starting to turn around, and we have a lot of racing over the next month, and Peter's a guy you got to pinpoint as a possible winner.
You know, we talked about Rico Abreu earlier, and what about Kyle inheriting the lead? Well, Rico's got a great opportunity. He's going to go drive for the Keith Coons Racing and the National Midget Series. He'll be driving a lot of midget races back in the Midwest and East Coast. And so I wish him all the best.
Yeah, I definitely do. We love having Rico out here. And I mean, it's a great professional team, a great looking operation. Of course, his dad's been a big supporter out here as well. And if Rico drives like he has been out here, you're going to see him win some midget races this year, definitely. And I think we're hoping to see him back out here for the Dirt Cup, back in the 24 car later this month. But I know we'll see him later on in the year with KWS. And definitely want to wish him the best.
You look for him now in the national stats, because he's going to be up there. He can wheel a midget with the best of them.
Yes, he can.
He's been to Chili Bowl and done well there as well. So,
we definitely want to thank Steve Faria, Don Sharp, Elisa Miller, and the whole Thunderbowl staff for all the gracious hospitality. I know we used to work there, and it's kind of like going home when we go there, it seems like.
Exactly. It's like going home. And the concert they had with the music.
John Weber.
John Weber, right? Playing some great music live.
And the Mexican, we talked about Amigos Mexican Fiesta. That stuff was great. I had that both nights.
I look forward to going back there September 21st. We're back at Tulare at the Thunderbowl. And if this past weekend was any indication, I don't know if it can get any better, but it will be at least as good.
And we had in the non-wing 360s. So that's going to be a show itself right there.
If you like the traditional sprint cars and the wing sprint cars together, there's the show right there, September 21st.
And of course, we mentioned earlier in the show, our next event's going to be June 29th, Saturday night in Placerville. So we're going to have about a month off. But following Placerville, we have a lot of great racing coming up. It'll be kicked off, of course, the Cherry Bomb Classic. We'll be back in Fernley July 5th and 6th. And if you fans didn't get a chance to go to Fernley the first time, do it here. 4th of July weekend, a great holiday weekend to watch racing and
Fireworks
it's gonna be
both on
exciting.
and off the racetrack.
Yep,
Right? We're
absolutely.
going to have fireworks
Yep.
in the sky. We're going to have everything. Then the HK Classic. We get to go over in the summertime
Yeah,
to the
another big-
cool ocean air of the Ocean Speedway at Watsonville.
That's
right?
been a big event the last couple of years. It's been great to have Howard out there and the whole Kading family.
Right.
You know, I've seen the smile on all their faces. Even Brent, you know, seeing it, it's been pretty special.
And of course, Bud and Brent and HK will all be there. It's always a great night. Look forward to that. And again, July 20th, our final appearance at Antioch.
Yeah,
this year.
it's kicked off the season in Antioch, and what do we call that? The action track on the Delta.
Yeah, action track. That was my new.
That was the new deal, yeah.
I'll take credit for that.
Hey, Saturday, July 27th, another track that we're really excited to get back to, Santa Maria Speedway.
Oh.
That's a place that whenever we go there, it just packs the people in, and it's kind of like a carnival atmosphere there.
And then August 3rd, Stockton.
Of course, we saw the Big Outlaw show there. We're really excited to be a part of that. Just a great location, and that track it provided some awesome action there.
Right.
Of course, we saw Larson and DK battling out there, and it's going to be good.
Oh.
A lot of fun.
And we might have a surprise announcement about Stockton coming up
We
in
could.
the coming weeks.
But hey, after we said, we have a month off now, but definitely a lot of great action coming up to kind of satisfy everyone's appetite. So yeah, it's going to be great. June 29th, Placerville, our next event, of course.
Gary, before we end the show, we need to talk about the tragedy that happened at the Fernley Speedway this past weekend. We lost a couple of family members. I mean, the racing community were all family, and during the dwarf car main event at Fernley, a couple of drivers lost their lives in a tragic accident up there. And you know, we're all one big family, and we all come together at times like this. And the dwarf car community, like the sprint car,
Very
community,
tight.
very tight. These guys have been doing this for years, and we want everybody to know that our prayers and thoughts go out to the family and everybody at the 95A Speedway. They're all friends with us. And
Yeah,
and
we're
family.
a big family. King of the West and
Yeah.
Fernley. I know Matt Rampton, Buki Wilson up there. Our thoughts go out to them. They've been
Dan
running
Simpson.
that track. Dan Simpson, everybody up there. It was a tough night. It was tough to get that phone call, and it's something you never like to have happen. It seems like recently it's happening all too often, but it kind of brings everyone together and it reminds everyone that we're all family.
Yeah, our prayers are with you. And with that, Gary, I think it's time to say goodnight, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, wish everyone the best week.